Hey, Lexington, Kentucky, Gangstagrass is coming back to party with you again. We can't wait. We're going to be playing at Manchester Music Hall on January 18th. It's going to be one of those Gangstagrass parties. Tickets are on sale now. Price goes up when you get close to the day of the show. So tell your friends, get your tickets, come out and party with us, Gangstagrass.
Got it bad, and that ain't no crime.
Blessed with a set of rhyming skills, singing in like Brian Mills, I'm that kind of ill. You're in the picture with the Brian and Dills. I got lines like a pack of porcupine that's pills. You make me high on pills of all types of doses. Hit like the fist of the flying lotus. But right now, I'm putting all of y'all on notice.
Hey, Lexington, Kentucky, Gangstagrass is coming back to party with you again. We can't wait. We're going to be playing at Manchester Music Hall on January 18th. It's going to be one of those Gangstagrass parties. Tickets are on sale now. Price goes up when you get close to the day of the show. So tell your friends, get your tickets, come out and party with us, Gangstagrass.
Got it bad, and that ain't no crime.
Blessed with a set of rhyming skills, singing in like Brian Mills, I'm that kind of ill. You're in the picture with the Brian and Dills. I got lines like a pack of porcupine that's pills. You make me high on pills of all types of doses. Hit like the fist of the flying lotus. But right now, I'm putting all of y'all on notice.
Hey, Lexington, Kentucky, Gangstagrass is coming back to party with you again. We can't wait. We're going to be playing at Manchester Music Hall on January 18th. It's going to be one of those Gangstagrass parties. Tickets are on sale now. Price goes up when you get close to the day of the show. So tell your friends, get your tickets, come out and party with us, Gangstagrass.
Got it bad, and that ain't no crime.
Blessed with a set of rhyming skills, singing in like Brian Mills, I'm that kind of ill. You're in the picture with the Brian and Dills. I got lines like a pack of porcupine that's pills. You make me high on pills of all types of doses. Hit like the fist of the flying lotus. But right now, I'm putting all of y'all on notice.
Hey, Lexington, Kentucky, Gangstagrass is coming back to party with you again. We can't wait. We're going to be playing at Manchester Music Hall on January 18th. It's going to be one of those Gangstagrass parties. Tickets are on sale now. Price goes up when you get close to the day of the show. So tell your friends, get your tickets, come out and party with us, Gangstagrass.
Got it bad, and that ain't no crime.
Blessed with a set of rhyming skills, singing in like Brian Mills, I'm that kind of ill. You're in the picture with the Brian and Dills. I got lines like a pack of porcupine that's pills. You make me high on pills of all types of doses. Hit like the fist of the flying lotus. But right now, I'm putting all of y'all on notice.
Let's kick it in another year. Let go of all the fear. Stop waiting for solutions. It's another revolution. Gonna lift each other up. Gonna fill another's cup. Time to tear down walls. Time to have a ball. Let's kick it in.
Revolution is more than just a movement. Move quick, together we can do this, we proved it. Time and time again, rallied up and filed them in. Everybody lifting up their voices high and chiming in. Before the ball drop, make the drama all stop. Building towards abundance, trying to keep the covers all stocked. If we knew what we can do, then we'd be all shocked. Power to the people, keep on pushing till we on top. Raise a few beers, toast it to the new year. Sharing mad love, cause the fam and all the crews here. For all the places on the map, we gon' stick a pin. Come on everybody, lace your shoes up and kick it in.
Another year. Let go of all the fear. Stop waiting for solutions. It's another revolution. Gonna lift each other up. Gonna fill another's cup. Time to tear down walls. Time to have a ball. Let's kick it
Come on, y'all. We partying tonight. Let's go. 12 o'clock on the dot. Pop the champagne. Next month starts up the lovers campaign. March through March, if you're lucky, stuff is cool. Rise again in spring, act an April Fool. Celebrate your mama, make sure it's not brief. Then your pops and our freedom on the day of Juneteenth, the creation of America. choice. August, make some noise for the birth of the voice. Go back to school, raise a glass for your labor. Sweets when you get tricks and treats for your neighbor. Give thanks for your top rank family and friends. Everybody give gifts to your folks, then do it all over again.
Another year, bring it in with cheer. Forget the resolutions. It's another revolution. Gonna lift my brother up. Gonna fill another's cup. It's time to tear down walls.
Let's go.
Time to have a ball. Let's kick it in. Yeah. Let's kick it in. Let's kick it in. Let's kick it in. Let's kick it in. Kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it. Let's kick it in. Let's kick it in. Let's kick it in.
What was that?
And we are live.
Yo,
Gerch,
Oh, what?
we back.
what's happening? We've been gone for a minute, but we back.
Oh, the great Billy Dance. Engineer, turn the channel up on the track. I'm back.
It's been a really long time since we've done a live stream. It's been, I want to say, did we do any in 2022?
Nope.
Yeah, we were really busy touring in 2022.
Yeah, we was out there we was in the streets in 2022. We were in the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So yeah, that's why you guys didn't see any of this. And then last year we was in the streets again, not as much in the streets, a little bit less. We like made a little bit more in the alleyways and some of the gangways and the not necessarily the avenues and the boulevards like 2022, but
we were on a lot of tarmacs.
So many tarmacs. And in 2022, so many lines in airports.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, remember the
Facts.
1.5 mile long line at Schiphol in Amsterdam?
Oh my gosh.
I choose not to.
that joke was ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah.
crazy.
Wait, what was worse? Was Amsterdam worse or was Toronto worse?
So Toronto
Toronto.
was worse because Amsterdam
So
was
we
at
got
least
stranded.
like a line that moved. It was just a year and a half long. That's fine.
Yeah.
It
But
was a long line.
it was
But
a
they
long
had
line.
signage, right? And the Schiphol line had these signs, and it would defy all understanding. But it'd be like, if you are reading this sign, you are 3 hours from security.
Yeah.
You know
They had
what?
like
It
amusement
was
park
right.
lines.
Right.
It was accurate. It was
Yeah.
clear. It was clearly marked. It was like, yeah, we know. It's
Right.
like
And they were
this,
handing out
but-
water.
Yeah, they
bottles.
had halfway through the line,
Yeah.
there was somebody just handing out bottles of water to people because they were like, "Look,
It was wild.
you've been standing in line
My
for
first thought was, if this was Philly, that would have
Yeah.
been young balls. It'd have been a
$1.
bunch of young balls sitting
right.
on
water.
coolers
Just
selling
water.
water.
Just caking up.
Yep, Holland
But-
Tunnel. Yeah.
All right, though. You know what, though? Toronto would have been worse. Remember, Toronto would have been worse coming back, but Sleeves somehow managed to skip like 3 hours worth of line somehow. I still don't. I was just like, I'm just falling asleep. Look, I'm falling asleep.
I did
wherever
do
she
that.
go, I'm going.
Yeah, she was like,
people were like, can you? Where are you? I was like, I'm with her.
she straight up Arnold Schwarzenegger. She was like, "Come with me if you want to live," and we just.
I did. These guys are so nice and polite. They absolutely, they went to the end of the line, which was a very long line. Like, imagine you are going to the security line and you're walking towards security and you're walking past like a pretty big crowd. But you're still walking towards security and you get to security and realize that big crowd that you were walking past as you walked past like all the check-in desks, that's the security line.
Yeah.
So
No,
I got up
yeah.
to the front and I talked to whatever the Canadian equivalent of a TSA agent is, and said a few things that had nothing to do with this being a famous band. By the way, I did not pull that card. I just, just asked some strategic questions, and she said, "Come with me," and let
all
me
she said
into
was,
the
"Do
line.
these sores look infected to you?" And then, amazingly, front of the line.
Hilarious.
Oh,
I
man.
could try that
But-
sometime, but I feel like that's more likely to get me quarantined and kicked out of the country.
We walked in with this bleeding box, and we're like, "Hey, can we get on this plane?"
There was a bleeding
No,
box, but that was at a
bleeding
different
box was in
airport.
Colorado.
Yeah,
That
it was in Denver. That's
Now,
right.
that-
Random thing ever, like
That wasn't our bleeding box though. That was some random passenger who had like a 5-foot box of bleeding carcass inside of it.
No, but you know what? When you abandon your bleeding box, it could have been ours. It could have become ours. It was there, just kind
Yeah.
of melting and oozing, and
But we didn't have
Cleaned up.
we didn't have anywhere to put it.
That's fine.
But-
Yeah, so
Don't think about that box.
the Toronto line, yes, the Toronto line ended up being about the equivalent of the Amsterdam line, but that is because we skipped 3 hours of the line. And the way that we know that is because the guy that we got behind in line ended up bailing. Remember, we were in Toronto. He needed to get to Mississippi, and he decided to drive. That's how serious the problems at the Toronto airport were.
It was-
and
it
he
was
had
bonkers.
explained that he had already been in line for 3 hours at that point. So that is the
Wow.
part of the line that we skipped.
That's after they had already stranded us once.
Yeah. They stranded us the
Yeah.
night before.
on the way in.
Right. And then they made us get on 2 different flights. So we were trying to get to Winnipeg, and they sent our son and Pharaoh to Winnipeg via, what was it, Nova Scotia? Newfoundland? Halifax, yeah, via Halifax.
Halifax.
Mhm. So
And they-
basically, as
and they
far
said-
east as you can go, and then go back to, yes. And Dolio, where did they send us?
Vancouver.
Vancouver, as far west as you could go. And then we looped back to Winnipeg. And I will tell you, we also looked at driving, but Winnipeg is somehow impossible to drive to from everywhere. Like, I looked at Minneapolis. Nope, it's so far. It's like 12 hours. I mean, so far. So
I've heard that.
it was,
Yeah.
it was not
Like
possible.
mad Canadian people was like, "Wait, you trying to get to where?"
Right?
Oh.
No, we put that smack in the middle.
Yeah, but when we,
Bro, It
when
was
we got
you'd
there,
have-
though.
it would be easier for you to get to like Newfoundland from here twice than for you to get to Winnipeg once. Nope, it's a wrap. Can't do it.
But when we got to Winnipeg, though, we did put our foot in it. So
We did put our foot in it.
That was really fun.
Shout out to
Calgary-
our good peoples, Portugal the Man, for
Yes.
rocking out with us.
Yep. And then we went to Calgary, like, what, a weekend later? 2 weekends later? It was pretty soon thereafter.
yeah. And it was when in Guelph.
And
Guelph?
Yep, Guelph.
Guelph.
Yep,
Is
we
it
did
is it
Guelph as
Guelph or
well.
Guelph? I can't remember how to
Guelph.
pronounce it.
Guelph.
Well,
Guelph. Where he had the epic shutdown. Basically, the big rainstorm that was shutting everything down, but us and some other musicians were just like, "Nah, we're gonna keep playing."
That was a great one.
They had the entire drum set covered in this tarp, and we was just going, we were just going acoustic. Rand was freestyling. Then all of a sudden, we just noticed there was some movement under the tarp.
And there was
Somebody,
drums.
there's a drummer had climbed
right here,
the
stuck under
tarp
the tarp.
and started playing the drums through the rest of the set. And they pulled this tarp off, and it was like, ah. and then all the their equivalent of a fire marshal was like, okay, we got to shut this down. What up, Keith Gibbs in the house?
Yay.
Yeah. What up?
I am Curious Mauve has also said Happy New
Keith's
Year.
there. We got Keith Adams in the house too.
What up, everybody? It is good to see you. We have shows coming
Adams,
up.
Keith Gibbs.
Ah.
Key.
Here we go. Rebecca Seeley was at Guelph.
Hey!
Yeah. So
Epic.
if you saw us at
She said
that was our only set there, or did we play twice?
There was an earlier. There was an
it was an
earlier
earlier
set.
set.
on
We had an
Stage.
earlier
That was
set.
the one
and
we were
that
really
was supposed to be.
excited about, though. Like
Yeah.
Dance
Yeah,
Tents one. We were really excited about.
Were you at the late night, the power outage jam? Do you know what we're talking about, or did you just see us at the earlier set? Because I mean, it was good. It was a good time, but that was.
Yeah, she said she loves seeing us at the Hillside Festival. She hopes she decides to come back to the neck of the woods one day.
I would imagine
I would love to. It was.
If she
a
said
thing.
she saw us, she probably was at the one,
Yeah.
the earlier one, because there was not a lot of light.
Not a lot to be seen.
Amplification or anything.
We heard y'all.
What's up from New Jersey? I'm in New Jersey.
Yeah,
What's up, Sherry?
Yes. What part? What exit? What exit? They say.
Keeping an eye on on YouTube. Minion 135 was good. Adrian Gruck, it works. Yes, it does. We back.
Yes,
Good,
we
man.
are back.
You can expect to see us. We're gonna do this what? Tuesday nights?
Yep.
Is that the plan?
Plan is Tuesday
Yeah.
nights at 9.
Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock. We started a little late today because technical difficulties is through.
Just trying to shake off the cobwebs. Yeah, she was at the main stage set.
Yeah.
She was at the power outage jam, but some of her friends were. And Sherry says exit 117.
Oh wait, really? Oh.
I didn't know there were that many.
I'm at
Like,
I'm
like
at 120.
Yeah,
What's up?
Okay.
you
You
practically
guys are
neighbors, man.
Hey, can you give Dan a ride to the airport? No, I'm kidding. It's fine. Cool. So
Alan
I'm so
does not
happy to see all these folks.
Ticket on YouTube says, you guys are freaking awesome.
Appreciate
So are
it.
you, man. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, but
Tell all your friends and your friends' friends' friends.
also last year that was pretty awesome was the fact that we got to rock the 10th anniversary of a festival that we rocked in the Czech Republic.
Bruh.
Yeah, from what we've heard, they tend to not bring people back, but they brought us back, and we rocked that jam again.
That thing was redonkulous.
Redonkulous.
Shout out to Jacob
Shout out
Collier.
to
Mm-hmm.
who?
Yeah,
Yep, Jacob Collier played there.
yeah, and that was the.
Oh yeah, cool. Yo, Jake that boy was wild. That boy
And it was our
very
first
wild.
time having a sign language interpreter for a show, and then from then on, we decided we're going to have those.
Say word.
Yeah, we
what was
put
the
it
boy
in our
named, the
rider.
redhead boy?
We put it in our rider
name-
as a
was it-
result of that.
What was his name?
Oh, well, so
I
the,
can't remember.
the one you're thinking of is the guy from WOMAD, and I want to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
I want to say Paul, but I might be wrong. But he was fantastic.
Oh yeah,
That sounds right. I think it was Paul at WOMAD. Yeah, we had interpreter at WOMAD. We met a bunch of the
at
BSL crew at backstage at Ostrava,
right.
Um,
Oh, those Strava.
including what was his name? Did he go by the Red Menace? Redheaded
Yeah.
Menace?
Yeah,
the redheaded menace.
Big yo, what's up, man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
Yeah, some terrific crew there who we were recognizing some of these interpreters because I guess it's a small community of interpreters and even smaller of folks that do hip hop, and so some of these folks here had just done you would know them from where did you know these folks from? It was peak concerts.
Yeah, we met the sister that was rocking, that was just going ham at the Wu-Tang concert.
Yeah.
And she was there. Yo, but yeah. These are good peoples. It was, but a lot of great shows. We got a chance to get out there in the faces of a lot of people in places that we had never been before, which was awesome. But we definitely look forward to seeing a bunch of y'all again.
Absolutely. Hey, how about some of those other festivals in the UK and Europe? And we did Glastonbury in 2022. We did Europe's largest motocross festival in the Netherlands this past year.
This short cross.
Yep, and of course Smugfest.
Smugfest.
Yo, Smugfest.
Oh
I don't know. A lot of people don't know this. We actually went to there's a place in Denmark where the first tree the tree that was there that we performed at, that was where the first blonde was plucked from. And then every other blonde in existence comes from there.
Uh-oh, we got Wrench in the house.
Yeah, dude, that was
Oh,
Yggdrasil. That was the world. That was the tree of the world, man.
Yeah, Yggdrasil was up there.
Real stuff. Real stuff.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah, I mean, if you hung out with us, you know we're a relatively large bunch of folks. Man, listen, these big giant Danes was walking around here.
I mean, these are descendants of Vikings. So
I was like, all right, Thor, I'm gonna need you to settle down because you're doing a bit much right here. But nah, man, that was a good time. That was a real good time. Shout out to Smuckfest. What other incredible, crazy stuff did we do?
Was WOMAD the one with where we got to see? Oh yeah, WOMAD.
Where we got to meet soul to soul, dude.
That was very cool.
I was really excited about the fact that Femi Kuti.
Femi did murder that.
Femi murdered
that. But I'm not gonna. I watched the entire Soul to Soul show
from side stage, no less.
Yeah, side stage, no less. I'm not gonna lie. That's always been a thing I wanted to do, like do a show side stage, like watch an entire show side stage. Because I always see cats doing that, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, you need to hang out with me and Pharaoh, man. Like it like the side stage is like that's my whole. If you look for me, if I'm not on the left, I'm on the right. But I feel like I'm usually on the left. Now that I think of it, I feel like that's my favorite side. No, man, that's almost like why I do what I do. Not even to be on the stage. Being on the stage, doing the thing, is great. But there is something about like being a peer. You know, it's like now I'm back here. Like I'm gonna come over here and see what you do. There is just something amazing about that.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun, man.
Oh, shout out to Sherry. Sherry saw us in Staten Island. That was a dope little spot there. That was my first time ever to Staten Island, and I lived in New York. I lived in Brooklyn for like 4 years, and it was like that was my first time actually going to Staten Island. It's funny. It was when we were there. When we were like in the green room, I had to give Cool Kim a call from the UMCs because he's from Staten Island. He was like, "Yo, I had to let you know I'm in your." in your borough.
Down up in here, dude.
Had to get this
Freddie
blessing, you know what I mean?
Up on YouTube saying we are awesome. Thank you so much. Kate's game from the UK. She was at the
Bristol.
Hey, Bristol.
Yo,
yes, sir.
Thekla, yo.
Thekla. Yeah, are we coming back? I hope so.
Yo.
I hope so.
Thekla's one of our favorite spots, man.
The joint, man.
Yeah, if you want us to come to your town, wherever in the world it is, and you have a venue in mind, go to that venue and tell them that you want to see Gangstagrass. Share our
and
music
if
with
that
them.
venue is a boat, it only applies if that venue is a boat. We only
no. That applies everywhere.
Boats only. Boats are busts.
How about boats especially?
Yeah, right. But also other places.
Caves, also caves.
Caves are very
caves.
Nice.
Yo. Definitely caves.
Because we got the Rocket Cave, yo.
If y'all haven't seen the joint we did on PBS.
Yeah, you can find one song from the Cavern set. It used to be called Bluegrass Underground on PBS. It is now called the Cavern Sessions. And if you look up Gangstagrass Caverns on YouTube, you will find the first song, I believe it is, from the set. One of the songs from the set, and then if you are a subscriber to PBS, you can see the rest of it. It was a really good
actually,
show.
if you're a subscriber to anything that has PBS on it, you go to pbs.org. Pretty much, because it is public, you can see the entire special. To tell you the truth, but
if you go out on.
But when we filmed it, it was still called Bluegrass Underground, and I think after we smashed it, they were like, this is the Cavern Sessions now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we can't keep calling this just Bluegrass. It is somehow more than that. Right. Of course,
shout out to Chawa.
Yeah.
Florida Toloache, they rocked it. Molly Tuttle.
So, so just FYI, there's been some internet issues over in Wrench's neighborhood, so we are hopeful that he will be able to hang and stay with us. But if he like disappears suddenly and his window goes away and we become 4 giant windows, which could totally happen, that is just because of internet things. Don't worry, nothing's wrong. He's okay.
I'm having a good time just watching Wrench move around, like appear and disappear.
What's different from if I disappear suddenly is because I got too close to the truth. So.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh my God, dude, Keith Gibbs bought the USS Flag.
Oh snap!
The holy grail of GI Joe accessories.
Oh. You got a flag, you, Gibbs, you filthy, rasm. Oh, dude.
Right,
You
this thing working?
It's a toy that'll take up half your house.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, dude.
Wait, what is that?
What is that?
That was
okay.
That was a thing.
That's all right.
I just got to the Lower Decks episode where
the cave one.
Boimler gets reconstituted in the transporter, but
Yes,
Rutherford was tinkering with it,
He's out of
and
phase.
so he like phases halfway in, and there's just like terribly annoying sound.
It's cosmetic.
Yeah, and then they fix it, and everything's fine.
Word.
What that was a very bad cable.
Oh,
Aha.
bad cable.
But
Bad cable.
I made it here, so can everybody go back to the beginning and say everything that you said before, so I can...
Yeah, easy. The entire time you've been gone, we were talking about Schiphol and Toronto airports. And then you got here and we changed the subject. So, that was pretty much it. How you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't need to go back to the scene of those airports.
Yeah, right. But
We're doing a loose recap.
Yeah, we're just trying to get a recap of
live
everything that we've done since the last stream. But also we got to be in Iceland with no sun. Well, the sun did not go down for the whole time we were there.
It like
Dog, I was on the block at 3:30 in the morning,
and it was still high noon.
Like, nah, yo, this is too weird. I eventually I had to come inside and lay down and like put out the blackout because I was like, this is insane. I'm not prepared for this. It's awesome and yet nuts. Like I'm chilling at this one bar at 1 o'clock in the morning. There are a bunch of hammered people. Sun's still up. Like I'm waiting on y'all. Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. I could live there. I could do that. I don't
know if I could do it because you have to remember the converse of that.
Oh yeah, I'm out when it's like when it's daytime for 13 minutes. No.
And you moved to like Easter Island or something for that.
Yeah,
because you remember when we were in Norway that time and it was like the dead of winter and we got like 13 seconds of sun.
Got in the shower and the sun went down. Like nope, not doing this again.
I got something to show Keith Gibbs, Mr. USS Flag.
Yeah.
It was something that I picked up on the road. These are official Desert Storm trading cards.
What?
Series.
Oh, wow.
Victory Series?
Yes. Desert Storm Victory Series trading cards right here.
Yo,
Word.
Thugged out.
That's super thugged out.
I wasn't ready for that.
Copyright 1991 by the Topps Company.
Wait, Desert Storm started in 91. It started when I remember it started my senior. No. Wait. Was it 91? No, that's when I graduated from high school. Jesus.
This is some wag the dog. So the cards were ready to go.
I'm so
branded
old.
them, and then they started the war so they could release the cards.
I don't know. I have to ask my pops because he was. I have to ask my pops because he was in it.
They just left this little part here blank to fill in victory or defeat, depending on how it went.
Yo, the defeat trading cards are trash. That's garbage. Although it's the sort of thing where if it does exist, like there's like teams that lost the Super Bowl, but they already had their shirts made, so they send them to like third world countries to give to like starving kids.
You got to
A
make
whole
them.
bunch of kids running around right now with, world champion Eagles t-shirts from last year.
You got to make them, man.
Yo, Peace Dove wants to know if we're gonna get anything in Arizona.
I mean, I would love to go to Arizona in the winter. But that's Arizona summertime. You keep that. No, I'm kidding. Listen, you got folks out there. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Tell your favorite venues that you need some Gangstagrass in your life.
That's right. And if you're anywhere near Nashville, Chattanooga, Knoxville, we are going to be in McMinnville, which is just about right in between all of those. Only about an hour out of Nashville. It's only about an hour out of Chattanooga. It's only 2 hours out of Knoxville. And there is, I will say nothing more than the following. There is a chance that we will have a very special guest with us for that show. I will say no more now, but at the point at which we hopefully get a yes, we will be announcing that. So I would recommend get your tickets for that show now, because at the point at which we announce said special guest, those tickets will fly. So get those seats now. It is a seated show. So if you want a good seat, get that now. And we'll see you in McMinnville, Tennessee on January 19th. And on the day before that, January 18th, Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah. I know we got mad Lexington people. We got mad people in Kentucky. Do not front. I don't want to hit. I mean, like, I didn't find out it was too long. Nah. Today's the 9th. You got 9 days to figure out what you gonna do. I know you ain't got nothing else. Like maybe the Wildcats are playing that night or something, but you can record that. You got nothing else to do.
That goes for Louisville.
Talking to all of y'all.
Right.
Come on down.
If you're in Toronto, you can get in your car right now and start driving today.
Drive down.
Yeah, or you can go to the airport right now and you'll get there at about the same time. I'm kidding. I'm sure the airport has.
Yeah, they got their stuff down.
Surely they must be okay by
but
now.
The cool thing about the Lexington tickets is $12.
$12. They're $12 tickets.
I don't even want to hear that.
You could cop a 5-pack for you and the homies.
Right?
That's right. That's
Seriously.
Right. That is an 18 and over show, so don't bring the little
children,
but bring the grandparents.
Listen, I know at least one of y'all.
Unless your kids are 18.
To go see Beyonce in Lexington. You could have got 100 people into the Gangstagrass show. Come on.
Actually, if anybody wants to do that, that's a really great idea.
That's a really great idea.
I'm serious, man. You took your whole paycheck and went to one Beyonce show, sat 48 rows back, had to hold up your camera to see if you could maybe get a little bit of view of Beyonce. You could take that same $1,200, bring 100 of your friends, be front row center, get slobbered on by Don't Leo the Sleuth, like.
Yo.
Okay, well, up until there, I mean, now you sold me at that. But can we just talk a little bit about like how much further your dollar goes when you choose to support like a smaller artist, a local artist, like somebody who doesn't have like major label backing? Like think about what you could get for like $50. Think about what you get for $100. Like what could you sleeves, you're running the merch table. Okay, so if you walk up to the door at the show, didn't buy your ticket in advance, like many people, you were just like, what's Gangstagrass? Let's give it a shot. So you walk in with $100. How far do you get with $100?
Just you walk in with $100, or you walk to the box office.
Well, you walk to the ticket booth starting with $100. Right. That's like you and your friend.
So the ticket's gonna be 15. Ticket's gonna be $15 at the door. So you're looking at 30. There's probably like a little tax on that. Maybe $35. Maybe $40 at most for the two of you. And then you come to the merch table. You could get a hoodie and get it signed. You could get a really nice baseball cap and a t-shirt and get those signed. You could get a really nice baseball cap and a vinyl and, get that framed, put that up on your wall. You could get a whole big pack of CDs. You could get, a couple of koozies.
And some cool stickers.
You're spending that much. Are we going to do? We're talking about like a bulk discount. Like you start getting everything.
There's more.
Wait, there's more.
Now you also get like a 90+ minute jam of Gangstagrass doing songs with a lot of spontaneous stuff happening. It's not like the album. You're gonna see some freestyle verses going down. You're gonna see some amazing solos. You're just gonna see us jamming together, and so it's gonna blow your mind because.
And then after that happens at the merch table, you said it's gonna get signed. All right, signed by who? Signed by us? Like we're all just gonna be standing at the merch table, just standing there, like just waiting to like talk to people, like say hi.
Why, yes.
Yes, Gangstagrass does meet and greets after almost every show. So
I will sign your face.
Yeah.
I've done it.
and
There's
other
documentation.
things.
You've signed a lot of stuff.
requested.
Didn't you sign a baby one time?
Yeah.
I did sign a baby once.
Yep.
Yo, shout out to Magenta Music in Manchester, England. Said they've been blessed to have seen us 3 times, and we smashed it every time. We love it every time we're there. We love Manchester.
We really do. We really
It was
do.
in the UK that I signed, I think, the favorite thing to have signed.
Was that the golf club?
No, it was a piece of somebody's car. They like brought up.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
What?
Yeah, dude just rolled up with a piece of his car. Well, it might not have been his car. It was somebody. It was a piece of somebody's car.
How does this happen? You're like, shoot, I didn't bring anything for them to sign. Hang on, let me just grab this guy's door. Like, what? How does that? Where did you? Like, let me just take this rearview mirror.
And T-Web, I don't know about the slobber party, but I'm.
Yeah, it's true. But
He's
I mean,
joking.
so like so T on Facebook.
I kid.
T is finding this whole $12 ticket pretty outlandish. It's pretty amazing in a world where like Ticketmaster swoops in whatever you price stuff at, right? And Ticketmaster will just come in and just reprice everything, and people will buy these things up and then resell them. So it just ends up being like hundreds or thousands of dollars. And that's part of what we do as a small band is like we actually try to control that. We actually try to keep that down so that like we're not charging a lot, but actually we get, like almost all that goes to us. It's very minimal like fees or overhead. So it's not always reasonable. Like in a lot of cases, it's not reasonable, but we, that's what you get when you go when you try to go see an artist that's a little bit not Beyonce.
Now, K Diesel wants to know about, did you say a seated Gangstagrass show? Which one of these is one of these a seated show?
I mean, they're both technically seated shows.
At the start.
At the start, people sit on the
I'll tell you this:
if you
there are
want to
venues
sit.
that have seats, which Gangstagrass plays at. They don't always stay occupied because people will be out of those seats as pretty much as soon as the jamming starts. And
sometimes they just tear them out of the ground and throw them out of the way. You know what I mean? It gets insane.
They're down in the.
Is the Raleigh Llama still on the chat?
Oh yeah.
He's representing here.
Yeah, Project Ninja.
Yo.
What's up?
What's up? We got shout out from folks in Colorado.
Yep.
We love it out there.
What else? But like there's seats. If you need a seat, like there'll be a seat. If you need a spot up front, there'll be a spot up front. If you need a spot in the back, there'll be a spot in the back. That's that's one of the other things is that like it's a fun room, it's a lively room, but it's not going to be like an uncomfortable situation. We don't try to play uncomfortable situation shows. So like if you come to our show, it's just going to be kind of like a chill time, like a nice fun time. Like it sounds like it should be a given, but I don't know. I've been to some shows.
We did have 2 shows that didn't, but we won't talk about.
No, it's not always perfect.
Those cities were
What
having
we call,
a day.
in my culture, we call it a.
I don't know which one she's talking about.
Thumping, knee slapping, butt shaking good time.
That's right.
Yes.
They were.
Yes.
Wig popping.
Yeah, Witch for a Night.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some sweat involved.
Definitely stretch first.
Make sure you stretch because you don't need you pulling a hammy.
And please tell your friends. So if you're gonna go to the Lexington show or the McMinnville show, please tell your friends. If you've got friends in those areas but you don't live there, please let them know that this is going to be an awesome show. It's really challenging to get the word out about an independent band in a world of payola radio. So what is Wrench showing us? Who are they?
This is all still for Keith Gibbs. Keith Gibbs, Wrench has got some G.I.
Pictures
Joes.
of your parents?
People from the 50s.
These are the original G.I. Joes right here.
I think it's people that maybe went to high school with my parents, and you would get these little photo memorabilia. It's weird.
Yo, your whole life is trading cards right now. High school trading cards. Desert Storm trading cards.
I got a wrench.
Oh!
Wow.
Put that back up again. I didn't.
That's one of the mini Polaroid joints, right?
Word.
Yep, there he is.
Oh,
Yep.
So if you want to see more retro photos, we will be sharing some of those in a very special thing that's going to be coming out later this month. If you want to be sure that you don't miss any of the amazing stuff that's coming, I can't even. It's so good, but we can't talk about it yet. But if you want to make sure that you're the first person to know, please make sure that you go to gangstagrass.com and sign up for the mailing list. The mailing list, folks, will be the first people who find out about all the cool stuff. You will get sneak previews and all sorts of special deals and chances at amazing prizes. So, like, you see what we're doing here. We're just, we're kind of all on a Zoom. Would you like to do a Zoom with Gangstagrass? Not a live stream, just where we're hanging out and talking with you and a couple of your friends, and you can ask us anything.
And we can get silly.
A possibility.
Maybe a sneak preview of a thing here and there.
Maybe. Wrench does get silly every now and then. You really gotta drag it out of him, though.
Get silly? Whoa, have you seen the Avengers? And he turns around and he's like, "That's my secret, Cap."
No, I have not.
always kidding.
You want to talk about trading cards, Arson?
Oh, Garbage Pail
Kids!
What?
That's awesome.
Word.
That is classic.
These were actually a party favor at a birthday party that my 9-year-old went to, and none of the kids had any idea what this was.
Yeah, what would you even do with one?
Like, they didn't understand what a Garbage Pail Kid is, so this didn't make any sense to them.
Well, first you have to explain to them what a Cabbage Patch Kid is.
Right. And also what a trading card is.
Yeah.
Nah, they definitely know what trading cards is.
Because of Pokemon?
They definitely know it. Because my kid is got just way too many Pokemon cards.
Yo, what's happening?
And I'm trying to explain to him that, I'm like, son, I've actually been following Pokemon for quite some time now. It's like, when I first got into them, it was like, I don't know, 30 years ago.
That makes me happy that they're still going. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, we were in it, and then now our kids can be in it too.
Exactly. I'm explaining it to him. I'm like, son, back then we only had a handful of Pokemon. It was Pikachu, Squirtle, Jermaine, Tito, and Lucario.
And that was it. That was 6. If you didn't have 6.
So I'm really excited because Glenda June is getting the girls together for the McMinnville show. We will see you there. Seriously, come say hi. Tell us you were hanging out on the live stream. We will shout you out, make you look cool in front of your friends.
Ashley Shiflett's in the house.
And Ashley is here.
What's up, Ash?
Yeah. Very excited to see Ashley.
Oh, what's up,
So
Shiflett's
nice
in the
to see
house.
all our friends again. See this?
Ashley would like for me to have the glasses on. I'm sorry, Ashley, I don't have those red glasses that were hits. So
That was a long time ago.
Damn
Yeah, I'm sitting about 6.
Oh, that's
So-
crazy because we can see our reflection in your
You can
glasses.
see Gangstagrass on the Zoom.
Oh,
That's no good.
that's so meta.
Very meta.
This is some John Carpenter
You
glasses.
seeing me.
It's a Facebook.
Me.
'cause
Rance,
it's so
if those
meta.
are the John Carpenter glasses, what do you see right now while you're wearing?
I see listen and respect and come together and appreciate each other.
Damn.
All the opposite stuff from the movie.
Hey.
Wow.
Gotta go hard on that.
No.
T is recalling our show that we played in London. That was London, Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, is it the library? Is that one of the library shows?
Yep, not too far from Somerset.
I love that.
Oh.
And now we're playing Manchester Music Hall in Kentucky. Shout out to Manchester, England.
Yo, I have to actually say what was my freaking highlight of last year.
What that was?
The fact that we got to play my hometown.
Yes.
For Juneteenth.
That was wild, cuz.
And with Ashanti, the mad violinist, as the opener.
He was great.
Right? That was a good time. That was a real good time.
If you haven't checked out Ashanti, the mad violinist, check it out.
Shout out to Roy Jones Jr., by the way.
Yes,
who kept
body
me
head
alive on that plane coming into Pensacola because it was like the epic thunderstorm, and God was like, "Nah, we're not gonna let you go out like that, Roy." So we were able to land in New Orleans. Yo, mad people was like, "Yo, you should try to catch a ride with Roy to Pensacola." Like, man, that bull was out. He was like, and got into his, magic Roy Jones van and disappeared.
I don't know. Quietly, you should have.
I didn't get a chance to. We got off the plane, was gone. And then
you told him who your peoples was.
Then I fell asleep.
Pensacola ain't that big.
Yeah, right. You probably do know some of your people.
You
probably do know at least 3 Durants.
Yo, that's at least. Come on, he knows probably at least 300.
And at least 2 of them are named Lawrence.
Yeah,
yo, and but yeah, we were in a storm. I forgot about that.
That storm was so scary. I punched Dolio in the face.
We were in.
That's how scary that storm was.
We were on the beach during the tornado warning.
Yes.
Not a tornado watch, tornado warning, which means that the tornado had already touched down. It actually touched down in the backyard of one of my high school classmates because I saw the footage that she was live streaming.
Whoa.
That's ridiculous.
And I was like, oh, okay, y'all. So yeah, it's like Gangstagrass, minus Randy, minus our son and my parents and my brother, Early C, all huddled up by the bar in an open area pretty much.
With glasses everywhere.
Glasses everywhere. It was crazy. But it was an adventure, and I got to give them the full Pensacola experience. Only thing you didn't get was a hurricane. But hey, there's always next time.
Yeah, hurricane, tornado. Yeah, close enough.
Okay, I'm screenshotting something that is relevant to the point about the watch versus the warning. Because I think not everybody necessarily realizes what that means.
Oh yeah, so
the taco thing.
Yeah. So basically, watch means look out. There may be a tornado. Warning means tornado.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Or more specifically, if it was like taco watch versus a taco warning, a taco watch would be there might be tacos, but let me tell you right now, we have shredded lettuce, we have some tomato, we got some tortilla, a little bit of
There we go.
Every ingredient is present right now. So
right.
If it could come together, and if it comes together, you can have a taco warning.
Oh, I'm sorry. The screen share didn't work, so they didn't actually see the taco. No, it worked for us. We all saw it, but it didn't. It didn't work.
That's
Suffice
fine.
it to say, I gave an illustration of what Dan was talking about. But yeah, Google taco watch versus taco warning.
Wait. Can you share it again? And Wrench, put your face right up to the camera.
There you go.
Okay, share it up there one more time. One more time.
Okay.
Here it comes, folks.
Okay.
It'll be backwards.
No, not too close. You're too close, man. Okay, Wrench, now say something. Or just
It's still not gonna work. It's still not gonna work. It freezes us. It doesn't. We have to do all kinds of stuff when you're streaming and you wanna share an image, and forget it. We'll do it some other time.
Guys, it was so fun. That was a great image.
Fun.
It was the best image I've ever
seen.
That was really
cool. That was really cool.
We all learned something about ourselves.
Let's just say
it made our son disappear. That's what happened.
Well, I'll up the trading card game now with a Polaroid of a Zoom.
Are you just upping your own game?
What?
A Polaroid. Oh man.
Polaroid of a Zoom.
Wow.
How did that?
There we go.
Okay, you're gonna get taken in by the Fair Play Police. Now, two fun things about this. One is that this is actually, shout out to the Colorado folks, where South Park, like this is like the real South Park. But also we did a show in, was it Roanoke, where Johnny Fairplay came to the show, reality show, epic villain Johnny Fairplay came to the show. I didn't recognize him. I didn't find out until later, and I was like, damn, that was cool.
Yo, isn't he doing that show now?
Yeah, House of Villains. I love House of Villains.
Oh boy.
I won't, no spoilers, it ended.
We got full Gangstagrass fam in effect on the Facebook chat. We got Linda Calder-Fagan in the house.
Sweet Linda, also known as Sweet Linda.
Oh, Linda.
Pretty soon we're gonna have the whole pie posse on here.
I want to mention to all the regulars that we do have the Twitch going, and I know folks aren't used to watching things on Twitch anymore because we aren't all locked in our houses. But if you do come over from YouTube or Facebook onto the Twitch stream, then your chats will show up on our screen. So that's why we keep calling out chats that the people on the live stream can't necessarily see, because they're coming from multiple different platforms. But only the Twitch, only the Twitch ones are showing up on the screen.
We got the Facebook John, we got Twitch John, YouTube is up in here. You know what I mean? My man was trying to get through on MySpace, but I told him it didn't work. Older than me.
Hey, I like the message from Vapor Missile. Positive waves, gang. That's nice.
That's right. That's
Thank
what's up.
you. That's beautiful. Yeah. So we had a whole itinerary for what this was gonna look like, but
we did
it's 10 o'clock.
We did most of it. Yeah, we did the highlights of 2023 that we could remember.
Oh,
I mean, there was just so much of it.
Super important. Boone, North Carolina. So,
Yes.
North Carolina
February
people.
8th.
That is February 8th. And then the next day
kids, tell the girls.
we're doing
We'll
an
be back in
educational.
Boone.
We're doing an educational thing the next morning, which is going to be
Speaking
fun.
of which, we did get a chance to rock the thing.
We did the thing.
That was cool.
Yeah,
the
that's
Afro-Latchin on-time music gathering.
Yes.
Did I leave out any of the words?
Maybe,
You gotta
but
say the
that's
whole
okay.
thing. It was a very cool thing.
Yes, food was good. People were good. We got wet and muddy.
The jam afterwards was good. Yeah, it was so
Yes.
muddy. It was so muddy. It was no WOMAD though. My shoes are still recovering from WOMAD.
Yeah, facts. Romad was wet.
We had all scratched the itch of buying new footwear while you're abroad in Europe and the UK, because stuff gets made over there, like New Balance is British, Adidas is German. Where so like you get closer to where these things are from, you get this great selection of stuff that's over there that you just can't get.
And it's super cheap.
So we got fresh kicks. We got like 2-3 spare pairs of fresh kicks, and then we went in the mud.
And to get some. Man, it's like, oh yeah, good thing I got the wellies.
Yeah, that would have been.
Hey, speaking of folks that we got a chance to rock out with, big ups to Superman.
Yes,
Superman. Oh my gosh.
Yo.
Up at the Higher Calling
That
Fest
boy.
in Vermont. That was
That boy is something else, man. Shout out to him.
There's definitely a collaboration coming at some point.
Oh yeah. Speaking of collaborations, collaboration we did with Saul Paul dropped last year. That was awesome. He came through. We happened to be in. The way that came together is basically I was shooting a message to Saul Paul. I was like, because we had been chatting about wanting to do something at some point. And then he was like, yo, yeah, I definitely want to get down. You know what I'm saying? I was like, we should chat. I'm on my way to Nashville, because we were on our way to Nashville. And then he text messages me a picture of an airplane window because he was on a flight to Nashville at the time I sent him that text message.
Nice.
So basically, a couple days later, Gangstagrass saw Paul in the studio.
You know he only hopped on that flight because you texted him, right? He was like, Gangstagrass! And then
Nah,
he goes and then he was like, that's fine, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was already on his way there. He was doing a little, his studio run because he was just coming back from the Grammys and all that. But yeah, good peoples.
Yeah, it was a good hang.
Oh, and we dropped that collab with Randall Wyatt.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You big up the big Rand. Video for not paying attention dropped. Shout out to Rand. Shout out to L for putting
shout
the
out
whole
to
thing together.
shout out to Sleeves for
putting the whole
venue together.
Getting her executive producer on.
Yeah.
The venue shoot. That was a good time, man. That was a good time.
Can we talk a bit right now about Randall Wyatt? And I kind of want to segue that into that other thing that we did last year.
Yeah.
Which is
Two
that
things.
like we do some cool stuff with music. And Dianu, right? Because the music is great. But we also happen to collaborate with, like cross paths with, and then even occasionally get to collaborate with some really awesome folks that do terrific things. And I feel like it's just a great excuse to talk about like the taking ownership project that this guy just looked around in his neighborhood and was just like, wow, I see a lot of folks are losing their homes, and these neighborhoods are changing. People are getting forced out over broken windows, like literally broken windows, not from a policing standpoint, but just like little relatively minor repairs that like people just do not have the scratch to be able to fix or the ability themselves. People get older. And he's put together this wonderful project that keeps people in their homes by just doing repairs, just like stuff that seems like it would be basic, but that can really snowball into, really catastrophic situations and people losing their places of living. So just want to shout out Randall Wyatt on that. The last time we were in Portland, Oregon, we were rolling around, not with him at that moment, I don't think, but we just pulled over. I think I was driving. I was like, oh, we have to stop here right now to see this dope ass billboard with our friend's face on it, and his two sons, I think, were on the billboard up there with him. So that was just extremely cool, and it's kind of a cool segue into
real
that
quick,
other
if you want to
thing.
help that cause, look up Taking Ownership PDX.
Yeah, can we drop links? Does anybody have
next week?
Look it up.
Next week, I'll remember how to do this again, and we'll
look it up because
Google
it's honestly, he was just in Philly, like he's talking about this, and I just I kind of want to say, I feel like it bears saying now in particular because it's the beginning of the year, it's an election year, people are really hyped up politically, and I think a lot of people are pretty pessimistic about like the direction the country is going and society at large, and it's just a good reminder that there are people who are actively working to fix and reverse and heal and just do all of the opposite things of the stuff that we're worried about, which I want to kind of segue into the really cool thing that we did that you may have read about in the New York Times.
Oh yeah, we were in the New York Times last year. Why did I not?
So we were in the Times in August.
Under the headline, "This is the music America needs."
Right.
Full
and
page
music
in the New York Times under the headline, "This is the music America needs."
How did that make you feel, Sleeves? Do I call you a journalist or ex-journalist or what? How do you identify in the field of journalism from which you emanate?
I am a former journalist. I worked at the Washington Post for many years, and the thing that I always wanted to do as a kid was be an editorial. I wanted to be the editorial page editor of the Washington Post. But really what I wanted to be was an editorial writer, because I didn't understand that editorial page editor is much more of a figurehead than an actual like writer and debater on the editorial board. So that was the thing I always wanted to do, and I did get to do it. I got to write editorials for the Washington Post, and those are the unsigned ones. There's like a column on the left side of that, a page just inside the back of the A section that the editorial board writes these unsigned editorials, which are supposed to be the view of the editorial board, the considered view of these folks who have been reporters and editors and worked around the world and done this for years, and it was a really important function. So I, was excited to find that our piece had not just gone on to NewYorkTimes.com, but it had gone to the print edition. And so, I went and I grabbed, and the print, it said page A18, because it was teased from the very front page. And I turned to page A18, and A18 is the page that used to be the editorial page. It's the page where the editorials used to be, where like an editorial cartoon would be, and the letters to the editor, and the names of the people who are running the paper, and then on the other side would be the op-eds. And this is, oh, Dan is joining us. That's confusing. We have a frozen Dan on one side, and we have okay, here we go. Hello.
There we go.
They got rid of all those editorials and everything to make room for Gangstagrass.
Yeah.
For me, I could not be happier to have Gangstagrass getting national recognition, international recognition, really, in the paper of record as the music America needs, because that is accurate. That is correct. That headline, spot on. But I will admit that I was also stabbed in the heart by seeing that the editorial page, which is the thing that I care very deeply about, actually is not a consistent feature of the newspaper anymore. So we can all, if anybody wants to back channel me and talk about journalism, I will have that conversation with you.
We're also stabbed in the heart by other things involving that article, and it was very sad.
Yeah.
Well, so there's an interesting backstory to why we did the Braver Angels convention, which is what Dan Joe's talking about, which was how the article came about, because we were the musical component of a convention that was bringing red and blue America together. So bringing people who are red, bringing people who are blue, bringing people who are other, none of the above, to talk and just get to know each other and have discussions and remember that we're all in this together. And it's a really beautiful thing that Braver Angels is doing. But the initial conversations that we had about it, they thought they would have to balance out Gangstagrass with a red band. There were some people in the organization who felt that Gangstagrass was a blue band, and we would also need a red band in order to make this happen. And I explained that I've worked at a conservative think tank as an editor and researcher for more than a dozen years. That's the thing that I do now. My boss's boss is Condoleezza Rice, and she's awesome. It's thoughtful scholars. It's reasonable, thoughtful conservatives, the real kind of conservatives, not people who are not that. But real thoughtful conservatives, and they realize that this band has a ton of diversity within it. There's a lot of diversity of opinions. There's a lot of diversity of ideas. Wrench is an avowed socialist. Olio is an abolitionist who votes on who will bring him clean water. Obviously, our son is part of the Superman party. So we really do represent a cross-section of America, and that whole convention would have been different if there had been a red band and a blue band, because it would have been like, oh, there's red America and there's blue America, there's red music and there's blue music. But instead, there was red America and blue America, and the music that red and blue America all get down to together. Yeah, that heartens me. So thank you, Wrench, for giving me the opportunity to talk about the background that was not in the article. But whatever, they got the headline right. This is the music America needs, and that's all that matters. So
shout out to Farrah Stockman.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to Farrah Stockman and the whole team at Braver Angels.
I appreciate
Micah,
also in your
Micah.
description of how balanced the band is. You're like, yeah, like all this abolitionist cause and all these good things, and then you didn't mention me, so I'm just like, and then there's Dan who balances all that stuff out. I need a little bit all of it. All of it.
Yeah.
Now,
Pharaoh's an old-timey sailor
We're used to
cartoon.
it from all the times that we have to introduce ourselves on stage, and it's like, I'm Wrench, I'm Dolio the Sleuth, I'm our son, the voice of reason, I'm Dan.
I really was ready for you to be like, and I'm Denise.
We did another really cool thing, which is actually the shirt that I'm wearing. Shinsei says Arbor Day, and that's not just because of Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Ramadan, and Musmaka Arbor Day. It's also because we were at Arbor Day Farm for a thing called Hatch, where all sorts of fascinating folks from different industries and from education and aerospace and food security and saving the Amazon, and all these folks get together and just, you find so many synergies, and we were the music for that too, and did educational program, and we're able to participate.
The cool thing about Hatch is that it's there's lots of forums and things that talk about the various issues that we have going on in the world, but this is like one of the handful of groups that come together to where their main focus is solution based.
Yeah.
So it's not just, okay, here's this thing. It's like, okay, now we're all going to talk about what we can do right now to help fix this thing, and what we can each do to throw our weight behind each one of everybody's individual agendas. And that's what was beautiful thing about it.
We went there, and now we have fixed all the things.
Yep, everything's fine now.
Everybody can go to sleep now. It's great.
What's next? Now look. All right, look. This is what we told them though from the gate. We was only going to do this for an hour a week, right? And since we started late.
We started at 9:23, I believe.
9:23.
All right, so we got 2 minutes left.
2 minutes. We're gonna wrap it up because I don't want cats to get used to it and be like, oh, them Gangstagrass cats, they run their mouth for 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
Right?
That's right.
You don't get that this time. So you got to be here 9 o'clock to get the whole shebang. We'll be back here 9 o'clock. Tuesday nights is gonna be our dedicated joint.
That's right.
All right. So next week, y'all gonna hear some stuff. But you don't get to hear all the stuff because a lot of the stuff that you gonna hear about, we can't tell you about yet. But be here nonetheless. Man, listen.
And a lot of that stuff, by the way, we were talking about Twitch earlier. Head on over to twitch.tv/Gangstagrass, blah, blah, blah. You got to do that because...
Well, Gangstagrass.tv will take you there.
Gangstagrass.tv will take
right.
you there.
So you got to do that because some of the stuff we're going to say is going to be Twitch exclusive only because it's hard to get Facebook to work. So it just takes us a minute to even get on Facebook.
That is not wrong. That is not wrong.
Not even intentionally exclusive. It just will end up being that. So you don't want to miss anything. You got to go to Gangstagrass.watch it.
TV.
Yeah. And if you really don't want to miss anything, go to gangstagrass.com and sign up for that mailing list. Just sign up for the mailing list. If you're not already on it,
there's some stuff that's going to be going out to the email list you want to hear about first.
Yes. Yep. And hopefully we will see you in McMinnville. Hey, Ashton Hill, you're Tennessee. Come out to McMinnville. It's going to be great. McMinnville on the 19th. And that's after Lexington on the 18th. And we've got Boone, North Carolina at Appalachian Theater of the High Country on February 8th. Come out to all those shows. Sign up for the mailing list. Get ready because Gangstagrass has some spectacular stuff coming for you in 2020.
Just think, when we send out the email, we're going to send the email out, and then we're going to do the meeting, and then we'll be like, this meeting could have been an email.
Yay! But don't forget, those Lexington tickets are $12 in advance. $12 in advance. Tell a friend, bring a friend.
I don't want to hear that. You tell a friend, bring a friend, tell that friend to bring 3 friends.
There you go.
I told y'all spent all that Taylor Swift money. Man, listen.
Yeah, Taylor Swift got that song called Anti-Hero, but you can bring your anti-hero.
Yes.
And you know what?
It's cheaper than a cheesesteak.
So you pre-order the ticket for the friend, and then the friend shows up and be like, oh, you cover my $15 ticket. And you'd be like, yeah, I did. And then the friend will pay you back that $15. That's $3 profit. You just made $3.
Or even better, they can buy you a shirt and buy themselves a shirt, and guess what? Everybody got something out of it. Boom.
Okay,
Yeah.
are you ready? I'm about to make an offer to everybody who is watching the live stream right now. If you do the thing that Rand suggests, if you do the thing where you get a bulk pack of 100 tickets, I'll even reduce it. If you get 80 tickets, to the Lexington show, only $12 a piece. There's a couple dollars in fees. It's less than $15 though per ticket, even with the fees. Get 80 tickets or more. bring, everybody, have your birthday party or whatever, and we will have a special meet and greet with just you and whichever of those 79 friends you want to include in that. I promise you that right now. Just get in touch with us, tell us you did it, and you get 80 or more tickets to the Lexington show. You are absolutely having a hangout with Gangstagrass.
And invite Gangstagrass to the arena where you're having your friends battle to the death to see which ones get into your meet and greet.
And with that,
that's it for tonight. Thanks, everybody.
Wow.
We'll see you next Tuesday.
All right, so it's a wrap. Gangstagrass, we out. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.